is Maria Georgina May Saison from Basic English 2A, and today I'm going to discuss my assigned topic, which is PPP method. So the PPP acronym stands for Presentation, Practice, and Production. Each letter means a stage of the learning process. The first stage is called presentation, where the teacher gives explanation on the topic. The practice stage is the time for the students to use the language in a semi-controlled activity. And the production stage gives the students the opportunity to use the language freely. So nowadays, a new version of this method has been developed. This is called ESA. It stands for Engage, Study, and Activate. They are almost the same stage with different names. So let us know the teacher rules of the PPP method. So in the presentation stage, the teacher speaks up to 75% of the time as they are presenting information. The teacher focuses on accuracy when correcting students at this stage. The teacher asks concept check questions to see if students have understood. So in the practice stage, the teacher uses activities to practice the new language orally and in written format. The teacher models and corrects when mistakes occur. The teacher encourages a lot of pair of work and group work during this stage. And now, in production stage, the teacher monitors but does not correct until the end. Focus is now on the fluency and rather than accuracy. Now let's proceed to learning rules. So in the presentation stage, in the learner's rule, student is the listener. In the practice stage, students speak up to 60% of the time, teacher up to 40%. And in the production stage, students speak up to 90% of the time and the teacher up to 10%. Students use the language in a natural, everyday context through a practical task within a minimal input from the teacher. So, now let us proceed to characteristics of the method. This method is divided into 3 stages that can be developed in more than a single class. The first stage is called presentation. So this stage usually consists of 2 steps: an introductory activity such as a warm-up or a lead-in, which is an activity intended to raise students' interest in the topic and introduction of the target language. So here, the teacher gives explanation on the grammar and vocabulary of the topic to be covered. So in the practice stage, the focus is on form. The teacher provides opportunities for students to practice the learned items in a controlled way. So this is a chance for the students to use what they have learned without making mistakes. The students are monitored and all mistakes are corrected. So a common controlled activity can be the form of an oral exercise targeted at individual students or in the form of worksheets. So the production stage focuses on fluency and provides students with an opportunity to personalize the language learned by doing less controlled tasks, that is, by using their own ideas. So in the stage, the students start to produce language more freely. For example, they might be given a role play situations to devise and act out. So what techniques that I would use from this method? So what I really like of this method is the changing of stages In a context like the one I'm currently teaching, it may be difficult to encourage students to do the activities of 3 stages. However, I would use the practice stage that suggests semi-controlled activities for students to use the target language and the structures they have learned. I like that part because we, as a learner, learn better a language by doing. In the other hand, I actually use presentation, which is very similar to the traditional teaching, and I would remain using, but I would change the way to present the topic so students do not get bored with a whole class full of grammar, vocabulary, and drills. And that's all for my topic. Thank you for listening.